Hi, my name is Jarren McDougall, and I am the Executive Director for Heart Creative and the founder for Rainbow Entrepreneur Collective. I come to this work because I am an entrepreneur and love being an entrepreneur. It's not always an easy road, but it's an exciting road. Through my creative agency, Heart Creative, we had the chance to find community, especially queer community within Vancouver. Entrepreneurship can be very isolating in itself. We noticed that people were not having the community they wanted. They were going to organizations, networking events where it was transactional, and they were missing this heart piece that is essential. So we decided to found something called Rainbow Entrepreneurs Collective, with the help of the BDC, and we also had the help of Small Business BC at the time. So I come to this work, I'm really excited about people, I'm passionate about people. If I sat down with you for an hour, I'd pepper you with questions about your life. I'm very curious to know not just what the surface of your life is, but who you are, what makes you tick. And so this makes my work really exciting, especially around entrepreneurship.
What inspired you to co-found Rainbow Entrepreneur Collective, and what vision did you have for the organization?
So about 2 years ago, we were actually at a function, a Pride function in June at Small Business BC. And it was a panel discussion. It was really nice to be able to hear from other entrepreneurs, especially queer entrepreneurs. And I remember sitting there being like, what is there out here for us? This is great as a one event per year, but like what's happening throughout the year? And so I left that feeling sort of excited about what is the possibility here, what we could do. So I went out and I researched, and I'm like, okay, there has to be some entrepreneur groups in Vancouver. There were none, zero. I reached out to some that had happened years ago, but nobody was getting back. So I thought, well, I should say this. Something in me was like, there is something here. There's like something in my intuition, my gut being like, there's something to do here. So I contacted the executive director for the Small Business BC. And he, funny enough, said, well, I've been talking to two other people, one person from the BDC and then someone else in branding. And we decided to get together and figure out if this had legs. And it did. We noticed right away that there was a huge appetite and support. And so we started by figuring out ways to make it less transactional, as I talked about, and more connective. I hate the word networking because it denotes something, and most people roll their eyes when you say the word networking because it doesn't feel natural, does it? It doesn't feel real. It feels like you got to put on some suit and shake some hands and get as many business cards as possible. I don't know. I know a lot of people who are not into that sort of way. Yeah. So we decided to format the actual gatherings in a specific way to ensure that people had time to connect, really connect with each other.
Can you share some key milestones or turning points in your journey as an entrepreneur and a community leader?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's been some key points along the way. I think within the Rainbow Entrepreneur Collective, there's been points where we are surprised. You sort of try things out with folks, especially when we're talking about our heartfelt connection. That's not really generally done in a business setting. So it was a risk to present this to people and see if that worked for them. Luckily, many people were into it. So that was a huge milestone. I think also in my own entrepreneurship, there's been a couple of milestones, and they haven't been always great. In my own business, 2 years ago, we were looking to build our agency to 12 people. We were up to 8 people, and we've never been more miserable. And so I had to take a step and sit down with Parker, my business partner, and say, what are we doing here? Is this where we're going? And we had the vision, we're going there, we're doing this thing. And it wasn't working for us. So the best thing we ever did was pivot back to what we do now, which is a 2-person team. We work with contractors, and we're able to be in the work and the creative work that we so desperately were missing when other people were doing the work. I always have to say that entrepreneurship is a constant, flexible, pivoting career. And quite frankly, some days I'm not up for it. Some days I'm like, it'd be nice to just go in and do a work job and leave it there and get a paycheck. But it's not like that. So there's pivotal moments along the way of my own journey where I have to look at my own process and how I'm moving through the business. And so those are small pivotal points throughout my career. The times when I'm like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. You know, those days where you wake up and you're like, I don't think I have it in me to do this. And something in you pulls you up, and you have to dig deep. You have to like get gritty with yourself, and you pull yourself up and you go through the day, and then it gets better and better. So those moments, micro moments, happen all the time. And some days are ecstatic, and then the next day is like really hard. For me, finding the balance within myself, regardless of what's happening, is really important.
So how do you measure success and impact for the collective and its members?
Yeah, great question. The measure of success is not the amount of people that come to every event. And that's really important, because sometimes when we look at events, we're thinking like, okay, 100 people. If we don't get that, you know, it can be hard. So we believe that the right people need to be in the room. And that varies. It can be from 30 to 70 people. You know, it can be small and intimate. But we measure success by a few factors. One is the feeling in the room. When we're there, what is the feeling in the room? Is there a tense feeling? Is there relaxed? So just like the feeling in the room, doing that. Another measure of success would be the feedback. People saying, I've never been to something like this before, and I can't believe I found a home. And we've heard that many times, is like, I feel at home here. I feel like I can talk to people about anything. There's no filtering that I have to do. And so those would be huge measures of success. I think another one is watching people connect, not network, connect. So when there's people in the room who are talking about something, and sometimes people, you know, we have a portion of our time together when we do larger events where we do Ask Give, and that's a live thing where people are asking and giving for things that they need or want. And it's incredible to watch in the room. It's almost like a live bid. Like people are getting up and being like, here's my business card, let's talk. And they connect and they start to do work together, or they help each other in their work. And in my own business, you know, we're talking about money a lot today, but I have 2 bank accounts. I have my financial institution, and then I have my heart, I think my energy. And every decision is based through those boosting. Because sometimes I can, you know, we've been asked to do huge projects, you know, 6-figure projects, which would do very well for us. And yet my heart would be very low. I would be stressed out. I can tell that right away. Our work at Hark is values-based branding, exactly what we're talking about. And so I've been in instances in big meetings with big clients. And, you know, one instance was where we went to this meeting. It was very strange. The presenter was trying to find a slide for 45 minutes and trying to talk about it. It was very disjointed. And it was hard to find any humanness in that interaction. And this would have been a huge project, like very big for our organization. And it was a property developer, and they were talking about a place that we were developing up in BC. And I asked them what the indigenous involvement is. Is indigenous land? And the client, the potential client, said to me, you know what? I think people put too much stock in that these days. And my value of being equity in the world was like, oh no.
Have a good day.
And it was one of those situations.
You eat, it's not at my table.
That's right. So it was hard because this would have set us up very well, and yet I don't think we would have been happy doing it.
What advice would you give to entrepreneurs looking to start or grow a community-focused business?
Oh, great question. If you're looking to start a community-based business, there's a couple things. You have to know who's going to be part of the community and who's not. The second thing is you've got to figure out who your supporters in that community and who they are not. Listen to your community. Don't go in saying, this is the way it is, this is the way I see it. That'll only work for a short time. It'll probably be fraught with stress and anxiety. Start by listening to the people in your community. And that may be only 5 people at the beginning, or 10 people, or 2 people. But start by listening and reflecting back what you've heard. Make sure you're hearing clearly. And then build strategies from there. One other thing I would say is take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So as you're building community, it gets very exciting to be like, look what we're doing, oh my gosh, this is great, let's do more. Often I've seen people burn out because they're not taking care of themselves. They're taking care of the community. So there has to be a part where you're taking care of yourself and the community. It's not one or the other. And that can look like having supports, having people around you that will support you to bring ideas to fruition. So it's not just all on you, because I will guarantee you will burn out fast. One thing that I like about Novantum is that they walk alongside you, and it's not just like pay us your money and then figure it out.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you could do that on your own and not have to do that. So I'd say that having a community of people around you, especially Novantum, having folks that are able to speak to those specific areas that maybe you're not feeling strong in or feeling challenged by would be super helpful. Being an entrepreneur is a long game. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And so by having Novantum help you build the building blocks to be able to support you as you go on that marathon would be huge. I went back to school a few years ago and I became an executive coach. It was something that I was interested in. And I was quite fortunate because there was a cohort of people and I had a small group of people who helped as well. That educational process wouldn't have been as successful if I didn't have the support of my cohort. I had 6 other people who were doing the same thing as me and helping me out. We get on a call and we're like, I don't know about this thing, or like, how do I approach this? And it just left me way more alone. Now, the other beautiful thing about having other people around you is they bring skills that you may not have. So they can like fill in the gaps or be like, hey, I've tried this, try this. Having folks from different ways of looking in the world and their businesses will only help yours. And what's nice is like even have one of those friends. This was many years ago and we still chat every week. We're still friends. We're still talking about our businesses to this day. And so you set up these really beautiful, trusting relationships that will carry you through your education and your start of your business, but through your business long term.
And what's the easiest way to be a part of it?
Yes. Well, we have a website, rainbowentrepreneurscollective.com, and also you can connect directly to me. I handle all the inquiries about folks wanting to be part of it. You can sign up directly on our website. You can get in touch with me and I can have a chat with you about whether this is a fit for you or not. We spend a lot of time talking to entrepreneurs throughout our days here at Heart, and it's one of the best parts.